All right, guys, today's episode 1 of Learning Music Theory. Last episode, episode 0, I went ahead and collected a bunch of notes on different music theory tutorials, kind of finding what topics were in them and all that. So today we're going to use some of that information we gathered to guide me in my first day of learning some music theory. And these are the topics we're going to be learning. So the first one will be notes, then intervals, and then note values. And then there's a bonus that we'll get to at the end that will tie into next week's learning. And to help me learn all this today, I actually have a new piece of equipment sitting here at my desk. So yeah, I got a keyboard because I do want to try to learn how to play it, and I think it will help me understand the music theory concepts better. And then yeah, I want to actually get into being able to play the keyboard, and it also has drum pads that I want to maybe learn how to play in the future as well. So without further ado, it's time to start learning some of this stuff. First thing we got to learn is the notes of the piano. So I'm gonna just go back to these videos where they have notes as their first topic. I'll watch both of them, and then as I go back and learn these topics again, I'm gonna go and add to the notes I took on those videos initially so that I can have, like, you know, more in-depth notes. Okay, so the first video we're gonna look back at is the Learn Music Theory in Half an Hour by Andrew Huang. And yeah, we just need to learn the notes of the piano, so let's see what he has to say about it. As I said before, I watched these tutorials in episode 0. However, I only did so then to take some very basic notes on what kinds of topics were included in them. So I went ahead and rewatched this tutorial and added a few extra details to my notes. And then afterwards, I went ahead and watched the second tutorial just to reinforce the concepts from the first one and see if it had any different information. It was in fact much the same information, but I mean, how different can you really teach the names of just the notes on the piano? All right, the notes of the piano, this is super simple. So let's review. If I stumble anywhere, I'm gonna look back at my notes or watch back the videos, but I'm pretty sure I know the notes of the piano, so let's test that and let me talk y'all through them. So I know this, of course, is C. It's the one right by the 2 or whatever. So this should be A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And then the black notes, so it should be A, B flat, B, C, D flat, B, E flat, E, F, F sharp, G, A flat. So let me look at this. So yeah, that should be right. I think I said it all right. Okay, so in the Ethan Davis video, he said that C, D, E, F. This is going to be called F sharp, while the other ones are going to be flats of the notes in front of them for the most part in common notation or something. Because it could be considered a G flat because it's behind the G, but oftentimes it's referred to as an F sharp. But all of these can also be referred to as the sharp of the one before them or the flat of the one after them. Okay, the notes is not a super complex idea to get down, so I think I'm good there. Bam. So now I need to learn the next thing, which is intervals. What does that mean? Oh, okay. I think I actually already know this from what the video said. I know that in between, like from, how do you describe it? It's like one note over is a half step. And then if you go 2, that's a whole step. And that's a semitone and a whole tone, I think. And the other thing is an octave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the 12th note. Okay, this stuff is pretty basic. So now I just need to know whatever this is with note value. I need to look up this as well. I'm not really sure if this is mentioned in the videos. It looks like it has to do with like the writing of music and stuff that I know nothing about. It was mentioned in not one of the 2 videos I just watched, but this one where he mentions all the topics, but he doesn't explain them. He says you need to go learn them. So I don't know if I need to learn them right now because I think these are just notations. I would probably need to learn how to read music eventually. I'm not going to do it right now. I think that's kind of like a whole nother topic. Right now, it feels like a good time to remind you guys that I have next to no experience with this stuff, so if I'm making poor learning decisions or stupid mistakes, please don't assume that I know what I'm doing, because I don't. Okay, but now that we got through all of our regular objectives for today, it's time for the bonus one. The bonus one is major and minor scales. So this is the kind of the thing they get into next in the video, so I'm going to check it out and see what I can figure out. All right, to start learning scales, I went back to the same 2 tutorials, and like before, I took some extra notes from those videos to strengthen my existing ones. But not like before, I quickly found that the topic of scales was not one quite as easy as just simply learning the notes of the piano.
Now, it is essential that you commit these to memory because they're going to be the foundation for all the chords and melodies in your songwriting and production that we're going to learn later on in the course.
All right, guys, this is definitely something much more complex, but essentially the major and minor scales can be found on the piano, right, by having a note and then doing a series of whole and half steps to determine which notes fall within the key scale thing. So I'm gonna practice kind of finding which notes are included in the major scale, and then I'll switch and try to do the minor scale. So the formula, there's like a formula of whole and half steps, like a sequence. For a major, you start, I'm looking at my notes. You start on the note, and you go over a whole step, a whole step, a half step, a whole step, a whole step, and a whole step. So that's the C major scale, which is the easiest one. I actually already knew the C major scale because it's so easy to know. It's just all the white keys. But then if you switch to try to find like the B major, then you got to remember that thing. So it's whole, whole, half, whole, whole, whole. So let me see if I can do it. Whole, whole, so whole, half, whole, whole, whole. So this is a tricky part because I can find which notes are in there, but now do I remember any of them? No. But over time, I need to commit them to memory where I can just look at the piano. I think I need to. I'm pretty sure people can do this, where you just look at the piano and you're like, oh yeah, these are the notes in the thing. Yeah, I need to practice with these notes and finding the scales. Let's do that a few times, and then I have to do it throughout the next week before I film the next episode. I'm filming these weekly, and then hopefully I know them better. I probably won't have all of them memorized. That's kind of ridiculous, but I know some things better, and then we can start getting into the next topics. But anyways, okay, so if I'm going on B, what I was just doing, it's whole, whole, half, whole, whole, whole. Whole, whole, half, whole, whole, whole. Yeah, okay. B, whole step, to... Wait, I need to name the notes as well. I have so much stuff I have to remember. Oh my god. B. To. Wait, what? This is not B. What am I saying? This is not B. This is D. So if I want to do B major, which is what I said initially, and then I started clicking this, I don't know. Okay. Whole. Whole. Half. How many keys is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, this is the B major key, according to me. So it could be wrong. It only took me 3 minutes to figure that out. I have to learn a key for each of the 12 notes in major and minor. So that's 24 of these sets of 7 notes I need to have memorized. I'm gonna work on that throughout the next week. Let's try a minor, and then we're gonna call it for the video. It would be very boring if I tried to figure this out for hours on camera. So the formula for the minor is root note. Let's start back on C. Root, wait, am I recording up here? Heck no, bro, I wasn't recording. All right, let's try to find a minor scale. Start on the root note. We're gonna start with C, and we got to go whole, half, whole, whole, half. Wait, whole, half, whole, whole, half, whole. That's a better way to say it. Whole, half, whole, half, whole. So start on C. Whole, half, whole, whole, half, whole. So it should be. It shouldn't be this hard, bro. What the heck is wrong with my brain? Okay. I had to memorize 24 of these, so that's kind of insane. But with that said, I think we can cross off the bonus objective. I know the major scale goes whole, whole, half, whole, whole, whole. And the minor scale goes whole, half, whole, whole, half, whole. And that's really all I need to know to brutally and very slowly get through figuring out a scale. I'm going to try my best to commit some of these to memory. We will see what happens by next week. But I think we made some good progress learning some basic music theory, getting our hands on the keyboard, and hopefully you guys got some sort of value from this video. Please comment any suggestions, tips, any sort of comments you may have. And with that, we will just see you in the next one. Goodbye.